What is up, guys? MJPB back again once again for another episode of the Pokemon Sword Typelocke. As you can see, we're just going to get straight into it. We got loads of encounters at the end of last episode and a few evolutions as well. And in this episode, we will be getting the remaining encounters that are left open to us. But yeah, Gym 6 cleared the mission. We're going to go into the hallway. Another 4 Pokemon gym battle. So we likewise have 4 Pokemon. I decided to bring Propel, Rosie, Julian, and Anthol. Presumably at the level 42 mark. Gordy leads with Barbaracle, so we send in Rosie first. We set down a layer of Toxic Spikes, and then we go for a big Giga Drain after I know I'm going to get hit because I was outsped in the first turn. My defense goes down, but Giga Drain kills the Barbaracle and gives us a lot of health back. If not all of it, and we do get all of it. We swap out when the Shuckle comes in. Shuckle gets poisoned. Propel comes in, gets Rock Tombed. And we go for the dive. Whilst this happens, the poison hits the Shuckle as well, just increasing our chances of knocking it out with one dive. And we do so indeed. Shuckle goes down. In comes the Stone Journer. Gets poison from the Toxic Spikes. We go for another dive. Outspeeding. Wonder Room comes up. I think that's perfectly fine by me. Take some poison damage. And Propel smacks him with a dive, taking out the Stone Journer. So far, so good. Now comes the G-Max Colossal. We're still in with Propel. He misses because I've gone for the dive. Colossal speed really taking it. Colossal goes down to one dive after some poison chip damage. And that is probably the easiest gym I've done all game. That wins us our 6th gym badge very, very easily. The strategies are just too good at this point. And yeah, very, very easy gym for us. Filling up our total badge. We jump out, get Rock Tomb, decent TM, but very late on in the game. We then go down. I can't remember where I encountered this, but we get a Baltoy, which is going to be our Psychic type. I was actually really looking forward to using Baltoy. I was going to go for Rolts, but in Sword and Shield you can only get Fog after beating the game, which I did not know before starting. I found out afterwards, so I decided the Baltoy would be the best bet. It's very, very defensive and pretty good offensively as well. We call it Pirouette. Has a decent nature from what I remember. Yep. And then North Lake Mylock was where we obtained it. So we're running out of places to get encounters from at this point in the game as well. So here we have the hot fight in Sirchester. After we've gone to the restaurant, I start with Corviknight. He sends out Double. I U-turn because I don't want to be there. And we head straight into Julian, the Persimmon. King Julian. Hail is obviously going to be impacting us in this battle. The Double goes for a takedown. We take it pretty well because Julian's defenses are actually a lot better than I thought. He gets more chip damage and the Brick Break takes out the Double. Double goes down. And in comes Hop's own Corviknight. I decide to send in my Galvantula, thinking we could take a hit. I take a massive Drill Peck, which brings me almost down to half. With the Hail, it does take me down below half. At this point, I'm hoping I outspeed, so I go for the Volt Switch. I bring in my own Corviknight, Ravina, and we're very, very low on HP at this moment in time. So I decided to go for the U-turn to try and swap back out. It's Scary Faces, which I was more than happy with, believe me. Wasn't going to do anything to me. U-turn gets a little bit of chip damage and allows me to get a free switch in. We send in Propel, who's full health at the moment. We get buffed by the hail though because we are still in the previous turn. But we then go for a dive, which is going to negate the hail damage when we're underwater, which is very, very nice. So we're taking so we're taking less chip damage than the opponent. Dive comes in, we kill the Corviknight after a very, very long battle with the Corviknight. The Pinkachin comes in, I swap to Orbeetle because obviously I don't have my Golett anymore. Mamoswine is still in the back somewhere. I don't think I had Mamoswine on the team at the point in time, and Baltoy definitely wasn't going to come in, so I just go for the Psychic after swapping in, which does decent damage, almost gets us to half. Spark comes in, does a reasonable amount, but does paralyze me. And then after a while, we get a Psychic, which does a bit more because we get the special defense drop. The Cinderace comes in, and this is our big problem. We swap to Galarian Weezing. He goes for the Pyro Ball, which killed the Golett previously. But I'm hoping we can take one. He misses, gets hail damage as well, and so do we. But I don't mind that because we have Black Sludge, so we go straight back up to full health. I go for the Toxic the next turn. After taking what I presume is a Pyro Ball. Again, we don't take any chip damage because of Black Sludge, which is really nice. Toxic starts making its way down, and from here on in we can protect Sludge Bomb until the Cinderace goes down. So we do indeed protect here. We send in Propel actually though for the next turn. Cinderace is taking big damage from the Toxic now, and then from here we should outspeed still. We go for the dive. We're not going to take any hail damage in the in-between turn yet again. Goes for a Mega Kick, which is interesting. Gets buffed by hail. The poison is also going to come into effect here. Just going to put it deep in the red. Dive is going to come out, and the Cinderace goes down. Thankfully, we don't lose anyone this time. But yeah, that Cinderace has definitely been the biggest problem in our run through so far. Snorlax comes in, I go to Julian. We get hit by a big body slam, but we do take it fairly well. We are slightly higher leveled because of the last gym. Brick Break goes in, we get it down to almost a kill, but the hail should probably take out the Snorlax. Body slam doesn't kill us, and we live the hail. The hail comes into the Snorlax though, and does indeed take it out. And that wins us the hop fight. From here we make our way down to Route 9, where Team Yell are yet again disturbing this very important doctor. He should be doing more important things than have to deal with Team Yell. He gives us the roaming the water Rotom bike so we can now surf. I go to the Lake of Outrage. It takes decades to find a dragon type which I can actually catch, but the first one we do find is a Zwilus level 50. I go for the quick ball. I'm pretty sure it doesn't catch. Nope. But we carry on the battle. And eventually we do indeed catch Madness, the Zwilus. Not a bad nature. Hustle obviously at the time is pretty bad, but obviously we can't use Zwilus for a while. We then pick up a Firestone from the Lake of Outrage again, and we evolve Pyroma into the Ninetales that we should have had a long time ago, to be honest. And then, whilst grinding, we also evolve Pixio into Grimmsnarl, which is very nice. We also learn Spirit Break, which I do indeed want, because we are now physical rather than special, whereas Morgrem is special over physical. So I get Spirit Break, and we head on our way to Spikemouth. After Pirouette the Baltoy evolves into a beautiful Claydol. We then find Marnie just in front of Spikemouth. She's trying to show us how to get in. We go for the fake out because, you know, why not? But the Lipard does actually outspeed us, so we don't get our fake out off. We go for the Spirit Break instead. Spirit Break goes in, hits the Lipard for super effective damage, and takes it out in one shot. In comes a Scrafty Toxicroak, actually. Swagger comes in, which is kind of annoying, because if I now hit myself, I'm going to do a lot of damage. So I'm praying I break through in this turn where I go for the Psychic. He Sucker Punches me, which is also really, really bad. Does about half my health. I'm praying we don't hit ourselves. We don't. Psychic comes through and takes out the Toxicroak. We bring in Grimmsnarl when the Scrafty does come out, which is now. We take a crunch quite well. We get a defense drop though, which is kind of annoying. We go for another Spirit Break because why not? This hits quad damage and the Scrafty goes down. In comes the Morpeko. We swap out into Parkley the Mamoswine. We pivot as it uses whatever its move is, Aura Wheel or whatever. So we don't take any damage on the first turn. It goes for Torment, which does nothing to me, and then we hit a Bulldoze and it takes the Morpeko out, winning us the Marnie fight. We then head our way. Actually, no, we don't. We go grab our remaining few encounters. From the Toxel, which you can pick up in Route 5, I trade it to this person for a Togepi. Fairy types are very, very few in the areas that were remaining. So I decided that Togepi was probably going to be the best option because Togekiss is an absolute monster of a Pokemon. I can't remember if it has Serene Grace or not. I guess we'll find out. It does, yeah, it does have Serene Grace, and it has a very, very good nature as well. The traded Pokemon in recent Pokemon games are very, very good to try and get. We then head to Route 8, which I haven't actually got an encounter in, and we find ourselves a Dusclops, which I'm very, very excited to use. I decided I wasn't going to evolve it. I was going to Eviolite Dusclops so we could get a nice tank that could pivot into normal and fighting type moves, take big, big hits. I throw the Quick Ball, we catch it, and we name it Cycloptics, which is, yeah, Cycloptics is a very good Pokemon. Very decent nature, pressure obviously as well, good ability to help run down PP, and I mean the starting moveset it had was outrageous. We then head into Spikemouth with a team of 4 again. We encounter Piers, who's just singing his way along. When we interrupt his concert, what a terrible thing to do. Honestly, I think we're the bad guy. Interrupting somebody's concert like that, it's not on, mate. It's not on. But yeah, he steps down. We enter the gym. He leads with Scrafty, like his younger sister. Scrafty comes out, has Intimidate though, which lowers our attack. I send in Julian. We go for the Brick Break turn 1. We get faked out by the Scrafty, which, to be honest, I didn't know Scrafty had. So we go for the Brick Break again, turn 2. We outspeed, hit it for damage, and even at -1, we take it down because of a big, critical hit. Malamar comes in, hits me with a very powerful Psycho Cut. Thank God it didn't crit, because the crit could have been close to taking me out. I go for the U-turn, which brings it down to the red though, due to it being quite effective. We bring in Galvantula and take out the Malamar. In comes the Obstagoon. I managed to hit it with a pin missile with Volta, which does decent damage, hitting just twice, which is unfortunate. Throat Chop comes in, does decent damage. I then go for the Volt Switch, because I don't want to be taking another one just in case of a roll, and I want to keep Volta alive. So we get Volta out, send in the Grimmsnarl, use Fake Out, and then just wait until I can use Spirit Break because of Obstruct. Obstruct is actually a very good move to use because it lowers defense, I think. Yeah, lowers defense by 2. So I just keep on spamming Spirit Break until we can finally hit the Obstagoon to send it packing. We get another critical hit, but I'm pretty sure that one did not matter at all. In comes the Skuntank, and I send in Parkley to bulldoze it. We don't have Earthquake yet, unfortunately. Earthquake definitely would have killed. It uses Screech, but I know I outspeed it. So the next turn, I go... Oh. Okay, never mind. I swap into Grimmsnarl. For some reason, I can't remember why I did that. But we swap into Grimmsnarl. Goes for the Sucker Punch. That's why I swapped out, because I knew it was going to go for Sucker Punch, and I didn't want Mamoswine to die. I then Fake Out. Hits me with the Aftermath, but it doesn't matter. Grimmsnarl's safe. Skuntank goes down, and we win the 7th Gym Badge. So yeah, making good progress now. The team is looking good as well. We filled out all of the types. And there are a couple of Pokemon which I'm really looking forward to using in the later stages of the game. We get our Dark Badge, leaving us with only 1 Gym Badge left to go, which we will go and get in the next episode. Togepi evolves after a little bit of grinding, Soothe Bell, berries, etc. We get ourselves a Togetic, which is really, really nice. And yeah, that's the team. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time,